Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be looking at the top 10 gross hoarder houses. So, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell if you haven't done so already. And without further ado, let's get this party started. Number 10. Eggs that are turning into chicken embryos. Talk about rotten eggs. I didn't even know it was possible to have eggs so long that they could actually turn into embryos. What is the science behind that? Could you imagine the smell that these eggs are producing? This is long beyond rotten eggs. Think about that. They are embryos! Well, I wasn't the only one that was baffled by this, because apparently homeowner Constance also couldn't believe the turning of her eggs into embryos either. Constance never believed in throwing away eggs, so she just had hordes of old eggs that were long past their expiration date lying around her home. Number 9. $240 for private time. So this hoarding couple may not be hoarding garbage per se, but they do have their sights on love dolls. That's right, partners in crime and duo Bob and Lizzie, who are also senior citizens mind you, have taken their time to collect 240 love dolls over the years. If you think that is insane, the amount of money they have spent collecting these dolls is an astonishing $160,000. Which just seems downright crazy, if you ask me. Why does Lizzie go along with it? Not quite sure, but one can speculate that it just seems like a creepy hobby to have. Imagine what their family must think, or if they have guests over. Number 8. 30 tons of pure junk. Let me start by saying that this pile of junk is so large that it could be seen by Google Earth. Let that sink in for a minute. A satellite that is circling our planet can actually pick up this pile of trash. What's in the hoard, you ask? Several cars and newspapers spanning back over 34 years. Richard was given many notices to clean up his mess, but he insists that it's his right to collect anything he wants. After a while, he was able to remove the hoard. How much was the hoard, you ask? 30 tons. You didn't hear that incorrectly. That is 30 tons of junk that was removed from his home. Number 7. A cat lady's 697 cats. It's always said that the more is the merrier, but is that the honest truth? I don't know if 697 cats is really all that merry. In fact, it actually sounds pretty cramped. Couple Penny and Steve became one of the top 3 worst animal hoarding cases the Humane Society of the United States has ever experienced, as this couple was arrested on 47 counts of animal cruelty. Honestly, they were lucky to only get that. Out of these 697 cats, 100 of them had to be put down because of health complications. Not cool. These two actually started out with good intentions, as they wanted to shelter cats that were no longer wanted. Then it just grew out of control. They weren't even able to pay to upkeep the location for the animals, so they were tragically neglected. It was all around sad. Number 6. $325,000 of Christmas lawn decorations. So, this might not be as disgusting as it is delightful. Who doesn't want the Christmas spirit to live on in a big way? That's just what homeowners Christy and Steven believe anyway. In fact, they believe in hoarding $325,000 worth of Christmas spirit within their home. That is a lot of holiday cheer. They have actually collected over 5,000 inflatable Christmas lawn decorations over the years, if you can believe it. Where the heck do they find the space for all of them on their lawn? The Grinch is what started the obsession off. It was all downhill from there. They have pretty much any and every inflatable that you can think of too, even a crucified Jesus. No thank you? It's a pretty random hoard, but hey, they aren't hurting anyone, right? Number 5. A mummified cat. Here's the thing. The homeowner and former pet owner did not go out of their way to actually mummify their cat. This happened purely by accident. They just so happened to have the right moisture levels, the right temperature, and the right deadness of a body combined together in order to mummify this poor animal. Let me say that this is completely disgusting and disrespectful to the animal's life. I can't imagine how deranged you have to be in order to do this. Could you imagine how disgusting the rest of this person's home was if they were cool with chilling out with mummies. Literal mummies. I'm going to go ahead and also take a stab and say that this animal was neglected and died without the homeowner's knowledge too. Thoroughly disgusting. Number 4. Pigs and rabbits and ducks. Oh my. Why do people think that hoarding animals is a cool thing to do? It's a life that you are cramming into a space with many other lives that can't fit into said space. Not to mention the amount of droppings in said space. And you know darn well those droppings aren't getting picked up too. Gross. Anyway, Roger was arrested and charged with 28 counts of animal neglect as his home area filled to the brim with over 350 animals, pigs, rabbits, and ducks. Why? Not to mention that there were even animals that were both dead and alive in the mix. Could you imagine what this home smelled like? For the animals that were lucky to be alive, there were many sanitation issues they were dealing with. So, not okay. Number 3. 300 gallons of saved urine. Okay, just going to go out and say this. Homeowner Howard was saving over 300 jugs full of his own urine in his home. No joke. Here's the thing. If your toilets aren't working, why wouldn't you just go in your yard or something rather than saving it? I'm just really having a hard time with this whole concept. When authorities showed up, they were not only hit in the face with a terrible odor, but had to chase the homeowner who attempted to escape out the back door. Awesome day for them, right? Number 2. 30 horses that have passed on. It's another one of those starting out doing the right thing but going tragically wrong situations. Homeowner Caroline was running an animal rescue operation, but in 2013, the police intervened on the whole situation and found 30 dead horses on the property. Police said it was one of the worst cases of animal cruelty in Oklahoma. They even described the remaining living horses as living skeletons. In addition to the horses, they also found 28 dogs, several goats, a parrot, and a chinchilla. Doesn't sound like it would be the cleanest operation. Besides, it doesn't even sound like it has enough food for these poor animals. What a disgusting person. Let's just hope she got the punishment she deserved at the end of it. And number 1. Worst of the worst. This case has been described by police as one of the worst cases of hoarding ever seen. Before I tell you about all the yummy details, let me first tell you that this house was ruled as uninhabitable because it got so bad over the years. When law enforcement got to the house to clean it out, they found refrigerators filled with rotten food and dead cats. But they were in there so long that it was liquefied. Along with this gelatinous mess, there were 15 trucks worth of junk hauled out of the home. That is a lot of stuff. Not to mention that there was obviously a bunch of biohazard material carried out as well. Yes, this definitely is one of the worst cases out there for sure. Well, there you have the list of 10 mortifying hoarder houses. Which of them was the most shocking? Do you know someone who's a hoarder or will potentially be one? Comment below. Let's engage. Also, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos.